Mumford, let me know whenever you want me to start.
Of course,
Yeah,
just a second.
no worries, no worries.
I can see that people are started to join.
Yes.
So let's welcome everyone. We'll give them like a couple of minutes and then we'll start. Hello, good day everyone. Welcome to our webinar today, which is actually the fifth in this series. I am Mahmoud Sarag and I'm thrilled to be your co-host today. Today we're going to dive deep into an exciting tool, which is ChatGPT, that revolutionize our teaching techniques and methods. And also we were going to explore how Intel SFI and the Skills for Innovation program and the starter back activities can infuse our learning methodologies and can also innovate us in our classroom. Through this webinar, uh, Crystal will drive us into an amazing journey. Uh, let's welcome her. Hello, Crystal. Allow me to welcome Crystal, our deal colleague from Intel. She will drive us into this journey. Crystal, can you hear
Okay,
us?
hello. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, clear and loud.
Okay, that's great. Okay, thank you everybody. I'm Crystal. I'm the Global Program Manager of Intel Skills for Innovation. And actually, I've done a few webinars already with Classera. So we are doing a joint webinar series between Classera and Intel Skills for Innovation. And actually, today is the last of the sixth webinar series. And we have a very exciting announcement, which is that we want to launch this teacher challenge where you will be able to create your own starter pack. Right, so more details about the competition will be given out, will be sent to you, and there will also be a follow-up session after today for anyone who wants to take part in the competition. Right, so for today, I will, as you can see in this first slide, I will talk about how to create starter packs and specifically using ChatGPT. Right, actually now using ChatGPT is not a new thing anymore, right? But it's still interesting to see how ChatGPT can be infused in our lessons. Okay, Mahmoud, I think someone is saying in the chat there's no sound. Is
Yes, the sound is
the
clear, I think, but
okay? Okay, Ken.
they might need
Right.
to check their settings. Yes,
Okay, great. Yeah, thank
thank
you
you.
everyone else for confirming that there's sound. Okay, so a few ground rules, right? Get ready to unlock the power of ChatGPT in your classrooms. But before that, I don't think anyone actually can unmute yourself. But I'll be very happy if you can type in the chat. Right, have now learned the art of looking at chat and also talking to you. So I'm always looking at the chat, right? And feel free to ask any questions, and also to take any notes. You can grab a notepad and a pen, or you can use digital notes, get comfortable. And also, I will be sharing with you a QR code just for us to interact more during the session. So if you can have your phone nearby so that you can scan the QR code, it will be great. Okay, so a little bit about me. Right, I'm the Intel SFI Global Program Manager, and I'm a former educator. So I was teaching in Singapore for 7 years, and I used to teach this subject called General Paper, which is a combination of English and current affairs. I also like to share a fun fact. So my baby is now turning 14 months, but actually I don't know at what age do we stop calling them babies anymore, right? But she looks like this on the bottom. Right, but the other pictures here, I want to share with you that we have been scaling Intel skills for innovation globally. Right, so here you see me speaking at an event. This was in EduTech Asia in Singapore. On the top right hand corner, you see that I did a workshop with a group of Thai teachers from Thailand. Also, on the bottom right hand corner, I was presenting at BET Asia. And recently this year, we also went to BET London, right? So Intel Skills for Innovation is already in more than 55 countries, and we have translated content in 24 languages. We also have content in Arabic. Currently, we have a few starter packs in Arabic, and we will have more to come really soon. Okay, so I always like to do a quick check-in, just to see, how much everyone knows. Right, so I'm going to type the link in the chat. Right, so feel free to click the URL. Right, it's now being pushed up. Good afternoon, everybody. Right, yes, I see send link. Okay, I'll send it again. Right, but alternatively, you can go to menti.com and you can key in this code, so 72765054, or you can use your phone to scan this QR code. Right, so I'm going to share my screen, which should look a little bit different from yours because my screen will show you the results. Right, so you will see the questions and then I'm showing you the results. Okay, so firstly, oh, awesome. Today's audience is really quick. Look, on the bottom right hand corner, I can see people liking this, and that shows me how many people are here. Already 24, 26. That's great. Okay, so let's go to the first question, right? Don't worry, this is not a test or not assessment, right? We are just wanting to figure out where everyone is at. Okay, so again, I'm showing you the screen. You can go to menti.com. I mean, if you see the screen, you're already here. Menti.com, the code, or you can scan this QR code. Okay, so let's begin. This is the first question. Right, my pre-existing knowledge about Intel SFI. Right, so I typed the acronym SFI because it is quite long, but SFI stands for Skills for Innovation. Okay, so I'm quite interested and curious to know how you feel or how much you know, right? Yes, okay, so you will respond by clicking on the sliding scale, right? Whether you have a strong understanding of Intel SFI whether you've used any of the starter packs before. Have you heard about Intel SFI but you're not very sure? And if you have no knowledge of the topic, right, also feel free to let me know. This will let me know how much I should go in depth. Okay, I will let everyone reply. I see we have 12 responses. Maybe let's aim to get to about 20. Okay, almost there. Very interesting. We have a symmetrical, like, at the top and the bottom. So the top is a strong understanding and the bottom is no knowledge. But that means that there's an equal amount of audience that has a strong understanding and an equal amount that doesn't know. So this means that as an ex-educator, I will have to pitch it in the middle. Okay, so some of you have used the starter pack before. That's great. Okay, I see some people responding in the chat as well. Four, right? Four seems to be predominant. Okay, thank you. That's very helpful. Okay, so how do you feel about integrating ChatGPT into classroom lessons? This is the last slide, right? How do you feel? So what you will see on the screen is a word cloud. So it will ask you to write down three words that you feel represents how you feel about integrating ChatGPT into classroom lessons. Oh, cool! I have to Google Translate this. Can I copy? Well, if you can translate for
Excellent.
me.
They're saying excellent.
Okay, great.
It's an excellent thing. Yes, of
Good,
course.
good, great. Yes, if you feel more comfortable, feel free to type your comments in Arabic also. I know sometimes like the translation is not it's not live or maybe okay, I see a lot of positive words. Amazing, interesting, good. Somebody does not feel relaxed. I'm sorry. I hope, if with through this
There
lesson or through
many
this webinar,
responses.
yeah. Through this webinar, maybe you feel a bit more relaxed about using ChatGPT. It's not that daunting. It's actually quite easy. Oh wow, cool. Okay, that's great. Actually, you would be interested to know that it's quite cultural, right? How much acceptance there is for ChatGPT. Some schools, some school districts, they really do not allow, they ban ChatGPT. So it's great to see that this community feels quite optimistic. Okay, so let me now introduce Intel Skills for Innovation. And with Intel Skills for Innovation, I will go through our programs. For those who are listening to this presentation for the first time, right? You will learn about what starter packs are, what professional development is, and for those who have already heard this before, right? Feel free to deepen your knowledge. You can even share what you feel about Intel Skills for Innovation in the chat while I'm talking. Okay, so Intel's purpose is to create world-changing technology that enriches the lives of every person on Earth. And it is with that purpose that Intel created Intel Skills for Innovation. So there are 7 mindsets and skill sets that are targeted in this program. So I'm going to read them. 7, right? It starts with social emotional learning. That's number 1. So social emotional learning forms the basis of this framework because we know that our students will be going into a world where they would need to work with teams that are very diverse. Right? And so, even if you have the best hard skills, you're the best coder, you're the best software engineer, you will still need to work in a team. That's why social emotional learning is very important to us. Then we have 2 mindsets like design thinking and computational thinking. And then we have 4 skill sets: programming and coding, data science, modeling and simulation, and AI and machine learning. So all these 7 form the core and the basis of all of our professional development and starter packs in Intel Skills for Innovation. So those of us who are educators would have seen this Bloom's taxonomy scale before, and you know that we it's very important to have skills like understanding, remembering, but it is even more important for our students who are going into the world of work that they need to have creating and evaluating basically higher order thinking skills. And so what you see on the right, I hope it looks like a brain to you, because this is the thing on all of our Intel Skills Innovation collateral, right, is a brain. And inside there are the 7 mindsets and skill sets that I was talking about in the previous slide. So how is Intel executing Intel Skills for Innovation? There are 4 main steps. The first step is targeted at decision makers, maybe members of ministries of education, and we have this thing called a planning toolkit. Right, but today my focus is on number 2, starter packs, because remember that this webinar is to launch the competition. There will be a competition jointly between Classera and Intel, where we want to encourage every teacher to create your starter pack, your own starter pack. Right, and so of course I will need to tell you more about starter packs. Then I will tell you a little bit about professional development, because these are free to use courses that you can have access to already. And then finally, we deploy with Intel's partner ecosystem, and definitely Classera is one of our best partners. We have had more than 10,000 teachers register on our platform from Classera. So we're very happy to, still be doing this challenge with you. Okay, so I've mentioned that number 2, starter packs are our focus for today. Okay, it says here we have a library of 70 activities. That was our original number. And now we have grown to even 100 activities. So every activity is about 2 hours of classroom time. That's why you see 140 hours of content. And it's mapped to elementary, middle, and high school. It's mapped to the grade levels, and it is also mapped to specific subjects in the broad categories of STEM, language, and humanities. So as an ex-educator, if you told me that, I need to also teach coding and data science and all that, I would be, quite stressed, because, just sharing, right, in Singapore, educators are very, very busy. And I know this is common across every country, right? Teachers are very, very busy. And if you need to do something after school, it's hard to find the time. That's why Intel Skills Foundation starter packs are meant to be used in class, during class time. And how we do that is that we map the lessons to your existing curriculum. So in general, right, you will, whether you're a middle school teacher, elementary or high, there is a starter pack that you can choose from. And whatever subject area that you are teaching, there's also a starter pack mapped to it. Okay, so what is inside a starter pack? All right, a starter pack includes these 3 elements. Firstly, there is a teacher guide. So a teacher guide is for the teacher to read through to prepare for the lesson. So as teachers, we often sit down and do lesson planning, and we will think about what are the objectives of the lesson, what is the activities, what is the assessment, right? And in this teacher guide, all of that is given to you. So a teacher can decide after reading the teacher guide whether or not they want to use that lesson. Then we have the in-class slide deck. This is basically PowerPoint slides that the teacher can use and show in class to the students. So it's editable, and the teachers, of course, can edit it to suit your lesson and your students. And then we have the working files. So some of our starter packs are coding based, and a lot of teachers will tell us, that I'm quite worried, I don't know if I can code, and so I can't use this starter pack. So the way we've designed the working files and the worksheets is that it's a process that is inductive. This means that the student or the teacher doesn't need to know how to code. They go through the worksheet, and the worksheet already gives you the code. And the students will be asked to copy and paste it into an environment. In this case, we use Jupyter Notebook, and then the students will press run. And then there will be some output, right? So the output will be graphs, will be pictures. And so then the worksheet will ask, what do you think the students are doing? What do you think the code is doing? And so it is through this discovery process that the students and the teachers will learn what the code is doing, and they do not need to know how to code before using the starter pack. Okay, so this is the different languages that we map to, different subjects that we map to: geography, history, social studies, math, biochem, a lot of different subjects and different grade levels. And of course, our topic for today is ChatGPT. So we have AI starter packs. I would like to say that it's not only AI in terms of ChatGPT, but we also have many different programs like AI Dungeon, Scratch, Python, Pencil Code. Right. So Intel SFI is platform agnostic, meaning that we cover any software and any platform as long as it helps with the lesson objectives. Okay, very quickly, two slides. I'm going to talk about number three, right? Remember, there's four steps, right? How Intel bring this to reality. Number two is starter packs. Number three is professional development. So for professional development, if you're familiar, there are courses such as Coursera, there are courses such as Udemy, right? And so there are asynchronous courses that teachers can do in their own time. So we also have such courses that are hosted on our platform. There are four levels. A teacher can start at any level. You don't have to start from level one and then level two. You can start at any level depending on how proficient you are in your technology journey. And after you finish the courses, there will be badges and certificates that indicates the number of hours that you spend on professional development. So this, is quite useful for teachers who are trying to maybe show their administrators that they have spent a certain number of hours in professional development for upgrading themselves. So you can share your certificates and badges on social media as well, and they all have the Intel branded logo. Okay, so I would like to say from this slide that there exists this website called Intel Skills for Innovation. I will kind of toggle over to show you what that looks like, but also at the end of this, Mahmoud would guide you through using the Coursera platform. How do you get to the Intel Skills for Innovation platform? Right, so you don't have to create an account, you don't have to sign in again, right? Using your Coursera platform, you are able to access our platform as well. Okay, so this is what the platform looks like, right? This is the professional development. So how you navigate the platform is you will use the white navigational bar on the top. So there's professional development, there's also starter packs. So remember today's focus is on starter packs, so I will just click on starter packs. Okay, so depending on the proficiency, maybe if you're looking for Arabic starter packs, then I would filter here. So I'll click Arabic, and now we have 5 starter packs, right? But don't worry, more to come, right? Our aim is to have, a lot more Arabic content by the end of this year, hopefully even by like, Q3. Right, so for now there are 5, right? Elementary, there's a range, elementary, middle, and high school, right? And so how you will download it as a teacher, right? Say if you click Are You Happy? Right? You scroll down. Actually, Are You Happy is one of our most popular starter packs because it covers topics such as cybersecurity. So you'll scroll the way down, and then here you see Arabic, and you download it. Basically, it will download as a zip file on your computer, right? So as long as you're using, a Windows 11 laptop or Chromebook, and then you can download folders, right? That you will be able to download this as well. Okay, so I will go into, in my opinion, the more exciting part about today's webinar, which is also the more interactive part. Okay, so I want to focus on one starter pack now, and this is called Pathos, Logos, and Ethos. Right, you see bracket ChatGPT because this is the ChatGPT version. Right, so this is a high school, right, mapped at high school starter pack, and the subject area that we've mapped to is language. The skill set is AI, and specifically, we are teaching students about natural language processing. And then the mindset is computational thinking, right? Algorithms. So the beauty of using starter packs is that usually a high school teacher will need to teach language anyway, right? You would need to teach persuasive language, which is these pathos, logos, and ethos. However, on top of the teaching persuasive language, you are also able to use the same amount of time to go through the skill sets and mindsets that World Economic Forum has identified as important and even basic skills if students were to do well in the world of work in the near future, right? So that's why using starter packs can be very powerful. Okay, so I have copied and pasted some of the slides from the teaching deck that is from this lesson. right? So I will go through this as if you are students, right? And I will pretend to be the teacher, right? And I'll say, okay, students, right? Today, this is a lesson about persuasive language. Okay, what you will learn today is knowledge of persuasive techniques in advertising. You will have hands-on experience of using ChatGPT. You will also develop an understanding of persuasive techniques, and then you'll have hands-on experience of generating images from text on Canva. Okay, so I know there's a lot of words here, right? But let me focus on two things. Right, first is what are the students learning in terms of the subject area, right? They are learning persuasive techniques. That's very important in your everyday life. Right? Every day we are trying to persuade someone to take our point, right? Even a primary school kid will try to persuade their parents maybe to give them more pocket money. Right? So in high school, you are always writing, say, exposition, right? Persuasive or opinion essays, right? So you need these techniques. But here we are applying it to advertising, right? But these strategies can be applied to any kind of writing. Then the second thing I want to focus on is the software that is integrated in this lesson. So on the second point, you see, you already know we are using ChatGPT. And the fourth point, we are using Canva. Okay, so I don't know if you've heard about Canva, but I will show you what that looks like today. Okay, so again, I'm going to go into the mode of a teacher. Okay, I will say, okay, students, what is the most memorable advertisement that you've seen? Was it memorable? Right? Of course, students will say, they will just shout out their answers, whether or not they've seen some advertisements that they like. I put an example here. I'm not going to play this video in the interest of time, but I don't know if anybody are fans of Harry Styles. Maybe Harry Styles is not that famous anymore. But now in Singapore, Taylor Swift is actually playing for 6 nights. So everybody is now talking about Taylor Swift. I also don't know if you know, but Harry Styles and Taylor Swift used to date. So anyway, right. So the example here, right, is that we are trying to show real world examples of advertisements, right, to interest student is a hook. Okay, so we also want the student to answer this question. Okay, I'm not going to play this video. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so firstly, we want to teach them the persuasive techniques. Okay, so if this is the first time you're hearing this, pathos, logos, and ethos are three types of persuasive techniques. Pathos relates to like the heart, right? Logos relates to the brain, logical thinking. Ethos relates to credibility, right? And all of the advertisements that we see in the real world often use one or more than one of these strategies to make people feel like they want that thing, right? Whatever that they're buying. Okay, so okay, so I'm also not going to play that video, but I want to show you that in this starter pack, right, you can see that there is a lot of connection to real world, also applying the theory, right? So pathos, logos, ethos, and then the next activity is in this advertisement, what technique is being used? Okay, so then you will play this advertisement and students will shout out their answers. Okay, after we have gone through the persuasive techniques, then we introduce students to ChatGPT. Right, so it is important to see that we are not just asking students to use ChatGPT, but we are teaching them how ChatGPT works in the back scene, right? So we'll tell them this is the user interface, and I didn't copy all of the slides, but there are also things like tokenization, user input, like how does ChatGPT do the things that it does, and that is where the teacher includes things like natural language processing. So again, you might ask me, how do I know about natural language processing? I don't know, and how can I teach this to my students? So don't worry, right? Because in the educator guide, that is where we guide teachers step by step, slide by slide. Okay, so with this slide, you will have guiding questions. What should you say what should you say to your students? How do you infuse the topic of natural language processing? Okay, I don't know how popular prompt engineering is, but it was a pretty hot topic here in Singapore in education, and some people even said it's the next career, right? So I need someone to write good prompts because if you can write good prompts, then your ChatGPT results will be better. So what I want to show you with this slide is that our starter pack also guides students on what is effective prompt engineering. Okay, finally we've reached the hands-on part, right? I want everyone, who is free and participative to participate with me. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to think about a brand or a product that you want to market. It may or may not exist, right? So it can be anything, right? Maybe you want to sell, I don't know, food. You want to sell burgers. Maybe you want to sell, in this case, the example that I'm giving is herbal hair oil. Okay, I know it's a bit obscure. I don't know how popular herbal hair oil is in your country. But the reason why the example is a bit obscure is because we don't want I'm laughing at the garlic oil comment in the chat. It's because we don't want to like have students repeat our our model, right? This is just an example, but of course students must think of their own product. Alright, so let's all think of a product, right? Can I ask you to please key in your chat, right? Garlic oil, great, right? I think it will be very interesting advertisement, right? What else, right? What kind of product do you want to sell? Right, so please type in the chat. Think about it. What product do you want to sell? Okay, so I want you to think about these three things. The first one is the product. Skincare. Okay, we have garlic oil and skincare. All right, so I want you to think about the product characteristics. Okay, so let me use the example of herbal hair oil. Okay, what are product characteristics? Okay, so I want to say that the herbal hair oil that I'm going to sell is made out of organic ingredients, especially selected for its nourishing properties to promote healthy hair. Is known to repair follicles and provide a lustrous shine to hair. Right? This is just my imagination, right? Students are just thinking, right? Oh, what are my product characteristics? Great, great. Keep the product coming in. I see energy drink, smartphone. Okay, target audience. Who are you going to target with your product? Okay, in the case of my herbal hair oil, I'm going to prioritize individuals who actually eco-friendly. Right? They are sustainable, they are looking for sustainable solutions. So they're not just looking for any herbal hair oil, they're looking for sustainable herbal hair oil. And then what is the USP, right? Unique selling proposition. Okay, so maybe for my herbal hair oil, I am very sustainable as a brand. So I want to plant 5 trees and I will tell you about their locations so you will feel connected to the brand. Okay, great. Keep the comments coming. Okay, so this is now your turn. All right, what I want you to do is to choose a product. Okay, I see a lot of people have chosen already. Okay, I'm gonna pick one of your examples, anybody. So keep it coming, okay? And I want you to go to Chat GPT, right? And so this is the URL. If you just Google Chat GPT, this will be the same URL, right? I'm just putting it in the chat for convenience. Right, so if you can go to ChatGPT, and I want you to key in your target audience, unique selling proposition, and product characteristics. So the bonus is if you can create an image with Canva. Okay, so let's now go to my ChatGPT window. Okay, I'm going to share my screen with ChatGPT. Okay, I would urge everyone to follow along. Right, so please open ChatGPT on your window as well. Okay, so what do we want to tell ChatGPT? Okay, let's make it a bit bigger. All right, okay, so I want it to say, come up with some advertisement taglines for product. All right, so what product? Okay, let me just choose something from the chat. Uh, okay, so since this is Intel, right, I'm just going to say devices, right? Maybe I'll say laptops. Right. So I'm not going to say anything yet. I want to see what ChatGPT gives me. Okay, so it's given me 10. Power and portability in perfect harmony. Okay, I don't know, I'm laughing. It's a bit cliche, I guess. Where innovation meets mobility. Okay, it's very generic. So what I want to show students is that, you know, teachers are so afraid that students will use ChatGPT and they will stop thinking. But you see, the the options are not great because we have not engineered the prompts well, right? So in this lesson, what we are also teaching students is how do you engineer better prompts, right? Which is now going to become a life skill. So I want it to refine. I'll say my target audience is Okay, so maybe my target audience is you. Okay, so educators. Okay, so then now you see, look at the difference in the options. So initially it was telling me, I don't know, very generic. It's for work, it's for play, it's for performance and freedom. Is quite weird. Okay, so here we have very education focused taglines. Innovate education with smart solutions. Yes, I'm using the basic plan, right? So here you see ChatGPT 3.5. Uh, Teaching tomorrow's leaders starts with today's technology. Not bad. Okay, so remember you are thinking about three other things other than target audience. What are you thinking about? Unique selling proposition. Okay, what does anyone can you think of what is my unique selling proposition if I'm selling a laptop? Okay, I know. Since Intel is about AI PC now, let's do it. Is the ability to run AI software very quickly. Okay, now let's look at the refined ones. Right. So now not only does it include the educator target audience, it also includes the unique selling proposition about AI. Okay, then remember that this lesson is about persuasive techniques. Right. And so we want to include some pathos, logos, ethos inside. Right. So remember, pathos is about the heart. So I want to say, I want to make educators feel like they are proud of having this device. I don't know. I didn't, it's just, on the whim because if I prepared this, then ChatGPT will always give me different answers. Right. So interesting. Look at this. Right. Join the elite league of educators. So can you see that it is now kind of playing with the or targeting the emotions of the educators, right? It's telling you that if you get this laptop, you will be elite, right? Other things, proudly shaping tomorrow's minds, right? So yeah, somebody said, Yasmin in the chat, the more specific, the more useful. Yes, right. That is one of the key things we want to show students in this lesson with prompt engineering. The other thing we want to show is like how do you use persuasive techniques together with ChatGPT, right? So we want to emphasize that look, I like ChatGPT is not thinking in place of the student, right? The student still has to think what prompts should you write, and then with this 10 they have to choose one, right? So you can ask the student which one do you choose and why. Right. Okay, so for example, I don't know, I'm just gonna what is your favorite number? I'm just gonna pick anyone. Okay, lead with confidence, educate with pride. Okay, the next part is a bit fun, right? It's AI image generation. So this is Canva. Let me put it in the chat. Also, Canva is free, right? It's free to use. ChatGPT is free to use, right? Everything today didn't need a subscription. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy any tagline that I've been given and going to put it in this here. Okay, so they call it magic media because there is AI generating the image. For those of you who have premium, you will also have access to DALI, which is ChatGPT 4. And ChatGPT 4 DALI can also generate images, so you don't need to come to Canva. Although personally, right, I'm not related to ChatGPT or Canva. Just as an educator, I think the Canva images are nicer, right? I think Dali images sometimes are a bit strange. Okay, so it's gonna take a while. Maybe it's because mine is a free account. So you see that it's like thinking, right? Uh-huh. Okay, so it's come up with some images. I doubt that there will be the Intel logo because I didn't include Intel. It looks suspiciously like a Mac. That's not great. Okay, so let's look at this image. I hope it's big enough for you. Let me just increase it. Okay, I don't know if this represents you, but this is supposed to mean Lead with confidence, educate with pride, AI optimized laptops. Right? And so maybe this is the advertising image that you want to use. Well, if you don't like it, I'm not very impressed. I'll click generate again. Right? And it can even generate videos. I've not tried it. Okay, so I'm waiting for it to generate. Okay, as we wait, does anyone have any questions if you were following me along with me while you were doing your own products like mugs, motivational books, puzzle games? Feel free to also let me know whether your taglines were great. This looks like something that I would need to buy on a stock image, right? This is not bad, in my opinion. Right, interesting. I don't know, but I don't know why she's typing with the screen not facing her. Okay, but anyway, is it available for free? Yes, right. Yeah. So, uh, yes, Canva and ChatGPT are both for free. I don't know. Maybe she's looking at this like maybe these images are supposed to be like floating on the top. Well, I mean, if you don't like it, you can ask it to regenerate again. All right, this is pretty intense. Like this robot, I don't know. If I want it to be, pathos, connecting to emotions, I probably won't use this image. Like this robot looks like very fierce. And so I guess what I'm articulating is what I would want students to say, right? As a teacher, I'll probably ask students, uh, why did you choose this image? And they have to link it to the theory, right? Tell me, what is it that is pathos or logos or ethos about the image that you chose? So again, AI is just a sidekick. And, AI created the image, but the thinking is from the student. Okay. All right. So I have come. Yes, Yasmin. I took one of the sentence from ChatGPT and then I pasted it into Canva, and it generated this image. Downloadable link for my mobile. Actually, I don't know if I've used the Canva mobile app. I'm often using both ChatGPT and Canva on my mobile. I don't know if Canva's AI image generator will be able to do it. Okay, I have a lot of questions about where exactly did I paste the sentence. Okay, so yeah, I know because for simplicity, I did not show you all the steps. So let me show you all the steps. Okay, so when you go to canva.com, right, this is what you see. There are a lot of different kinds of templates that you can use. All right, so maybe I want a advertisement template, because this lesson is about creating an advertisement. Um, this is pro, right? You see the bottom, you see this yellow thingy. It means pro, so I want to choose a free one. Okay, maybe this one. Beige Modern Travel Agency, right? So with Canva, you can choose what size, what paper. You can actually just print it like immediately. Actually, for our events, we also use Canva. Okay, so now the interface looks like what I was showing. Okay, so I will type here, right? So let me copy again. Let me choose another one just for fun. Join the elite league of educators. Okay, so here, okay, I've just typed it. See all. Haha, right. So it's all now generated here. Actually, this looks a lot better than the one that I was showing you. Huh, what is this? I think it's a lecture theater. So it's a poster, or even has a hashtag. Okay, so you see, I did this is the free version. I didn't I just went to the template and then I just type here. From what I understand, as long as you see this star, can you see like this twinkling thing on the magnifying glass? That means that Canva's AI image generator is working in the background. Okay, great. All right, I'm so like happy that y'all ask questions in the chat. I mean, I'm sure as educators, you all know that it's very hard to talk to uh like a blank screen, especially because Zoom is now in a webinar uh, version, right? So actually don't even see anybody except myself. Okay, so thank you so much for asking questions. Please continue to ask questions. And I want to tell you about our ambassador program. So, ambassadors are, this program we started about 6 months ago. We currently have about 50 educators, more than 50 from 17 different countries. We want to have ambassadors because educators are convinced by fellow educators. Right? I am an ex-educator, so I guess, it's not as effective as if you told your peer that you were an ambassador and you were telling your peer or your colleague like how to use skills for innovation. So there are two tiers, right? So silver and gold. You must be a silver before you become a gold. So how to become silver? Okay, firstly, you must pick at least one starter pack and then you'll use it in your classroom. Then there is a photo essay template that you can download from our website. I'll show you the screenshot in the next slide. And once you fill it up, right, it's just, basic reflection questions like how do you feel, blah, blah, blah. And then once you submit the template, our community manager, her name is Margaret, she's based in the US. Our community manager looks through every application and then she says yes, and then she will congratulate you, and then you'll become an ambassador, right? So that's silver. Okay, so how do you become a gold after you become silver? Okay, so gold is you need to attend a trainer session. It's about 3 hours. It's run by me and my team, and then you will conduct a session for at least 20 other educators, and you create one forum post, right? And that you will become gold. So, Bernard asked, is it free as in this ambassador program? Yes, the ambassador program is free. Intel Skills Foundation is free. Of course, it's a value, right? We know that it's a value of about 3,000 USD in terms of how much value, content is worth for an educator. However, because Intel, wants to have, teachers using tech in class, right? We are not charging for any of this content or the ambassador program. Okay, so why would you want to become an ambassador? We often need people to speak about Intel skills innovation at events, right? Like, at London, for example, I flew 14 hours from Singapore and I don't like flying. So it is my hope that somebody else can do it next year. And it's my hope that it's an ambassador because it's a real educator, right, in class using Intel skills innovation. Okay, so we want ambassadors, we want to pay, and I mean, just for ambassadors to represent Intel Skills Innovation at different events. We also have swag that we want to give out. More importantly, every month there's kind of a closed door event only for the group of ambassadors where we invite like different software, like what we call ISVs, independent software vendors. So actually next month, or this month, March, this month, Epic Games, right? Epic Games created Fortnite. So Epic Games is has someone coming to speak to our ambassadors. So I think that is also very interesting for educators, and it's often a draw. Okay, some questions in the chat. Can it be applied in teaching lower grades? Yes, right. So our starter packs are met to elementary, middle, and high, right? So there are definitely elementary starter packs as well. Okay, so when you go on the platform, right, remember this white navigational bar that I was showing you? On the right, there is Ambassador Program. It's not in Arabic yet, right? It's in English. But if you right click and you click Google Translate, it should work to like, a certain degree of accuracy. So all the templates and the instructions are here on the page, should you want to be an ambassador. Also, this is on an individual basis, right? So you can just do it on your own if you wanted to. Okay, I reached the Q&A. This QR code is just, if you wanted to connect with me on LinkedIn, like this is a faster way. I think it links out to my LinkedIn. And then this is my email if you wanted to connect, or if you wanted to ask anything. I actually respond fast on LinkedIn. I think my inbox is exploding. But yes, right, I've reached the end and I would like to pass the time to Mahmoud so that Mahmoud can if you have anybody has questions not in English, right, please ask. And then also Mahmoud, if you want to share how to get to the platform from Classera.
Of course. Thank you for the amazing journey, as usual, Crystal.
No worries.
Thank you so much. Uh, I believe that all of us is trying now to do some of the few tricks, just copying and pasting and trying Canva as well. I believe also there was a question about Canva. Is it يعني is it available on as a mobile application, and the magic tool, is it available or not? I believe so. It is available, and also ChatGPT can be accessible from the mobile, so we can do all this using our mobiles. So, um, moving to this next part, where we can demonstrate how to access ChatGPT, how to access, sorry, the Intel SFI through Classera platform. It is quite easy. Let me share my screen and uh, take you in a quick journey. Okay. Um, all what we need to do is just go to the education partners through our teacher account. It should be there. Intel SFI should be there. And if it's not there, all what we need to do is to ask our admin to enable the SFI by contacting Classera Partner Success Supervisor. Once it is there, with a click, a single click, it will redirect you to the platform with your credentials, and everything will be managed by your Classera account. And from here, as we saw with the Crystal, we can access the professional development tracks. Each one of them contains courselets and so on. And also the starter packs is here, where we can also open the starter packs and search if we need to just find something or a starter pack that we can use. Of course, we can use the search bar and search by grade, subject, and also mindset, skill, and everything. Okay, that's it for today. I believe we're now ready for our challenge and competition. We encourage you to start using the development and to focus on the level two. I understand that level two that is the one that has the most that can help us in creating our starter back, right, Crystal?
Yes, in fact, if I could trouble you to go to overview. Yeah,
Yes,
okay,
sure.
if you can click overview. Okay, then if you scroll all the way down, yeah. Okay, so you see a
Yes.
tile? Yes, that is a really step-by-step guide on how to
This is the
create your
key.
own starter pack. Yes.
Yes, this is the key, everyone. I encourage you to start by this one. Once you log into your Intel SFI platform and start creating your own starter pack. And I also want to share with you that the whole webinars are available through the link. I'll be sending the link once again now in the chat, so you can refer back to this one. It will have all the webinars starting from the first one until this one, so you can access and observe all of them. Thank you, everyone. And that's the end. Crystal, if you have anything, I can see that there's any question here. Yes,
No, no.
I
I
tried.
think there's a question about
Yes,
just like inaccuracy of ChatGPT. I just want to address it. So yes, right. ChatGPT for brainstorming is great, right? Because it's creative, and then students can then just use creatively. However, always be careful about telling students that if they're using for facts, right, they should always cross-check, right? So it is a known fact that ChatGPT has hallucinations, and sometimes it just makes up things, right? So that's just a feature of the way the model was coded. So if you're using it, just tell students that this is actually a skill, right, to cross-check your information and never just rely on one source. But yeah, that's all.
yes,
That's all I
yes.
have to share.
Also, there was a question about the certificates. Once you access the Intel SFI and start attending those courses, you will gain certificates. by Intel. And also I can see that some of the questions that started to came up. The courses are all free once you access through your Classera account, as we said, from your account from Classera platform, you will have the full access to the platform and all the courses. Uh, thank you, Paul. Khalid, I can't understand the question. If you can rephrase it. Um, the recording, I have sent the recording link once again, Wala. I'll be sharing the link once again. So all the courses are in English, right, Crystal?
Yes, yes.
Yes, all
For now,
courses.
yeah, yeah, for
And I
now,
think,
because we have Arabic translation on the way. It should be done by like Q3 this year.
yeah, hopefully. And can we show like subtitles or something?
Uh, for the courses,
Yes, those
because the
ones.
courses, yeah, it's
If
static.
there is videos,
Um,
I know that
yeah,
there are some
yeah,
videos
there are
and
some
also,
videos.
yeah,
Uh, I mean, I think if one wanted to try, Google Translate, you can try to translate the page.
yeah,
I know it's not always
of
accurate,
course.
but yeah, that's the kind of the way now while we are still waiting for all of our Arabic translations.
All right. Um, if you have any problem in signing in, I believe you can refer to the school admin and they can contact you with one who can help. And we're glad to help you anytime. I think we have reached the end. Thank you, Crystal, for this amazing session. And
Thank you,
I would like,
everybody.
yes, I would like also to thank you all for your participation. You've made it great, actually, as usual from you. Thank you so much. And let's meet again in our next webinars. Thank you so much and have a great day.
Bye bye.
Bye.